Hey everybody, good to see you again. This is a quick review of an old as in 2015 old, which is 3 years ago, so old. It's a gimbal. It's the Nebula 4000 Lite. It's a late 2014, 2015 gimbal, or handheld stabilizer, or camera stabilizer, whatever you want to call it. Little bit of a backstory. I'd ordered this gimbal, not this gimbal, I'd ordered an gimbal off eBay. Someone was advertising it as the Beholder DS1, which, if you know about gimbals, that's not a bad gimbal. It was stated as used, so it was cheap. I took the plunge and gave it a go and hoped that I would have an amazing gimbal. One that would carry the weight of like the 5D Mark IV or the Mark II that I've got, or even the GH4, which is what this is being filmed on. About a week later, package arrived. I was a little bit concerned because it was an odd shaped package compared to what the Beholder package looked like it should be. You know, if you look at the cases, they're all obviously different, but the Beholder was quite a bigger case. So alarm bells were ringing before I'd even opened the parcel. Opened it up and I had something completely different. It's something I'd never seen before in my life. I complained to the guy and he said, "Oh, so sorry, rubbish." I think they knew what they were doing here. They offered me 50% refund and I could keep it, and I was like, nah. I then said, okay, how about 75% refund and I keep it, which made this gimbal cost me £35. I thought, for £35 I can have a play. I couldn't do that with any other gimbal because you just cannot get a gimbal for £35. One that would hold a big-ish camera. It wouldn't hold the 5D, I could tell that from the moment I opened it. The motors are too small, but it would hold. At the time I had the EOS M, the Mark I version with a kit lens, and I knew I was getting the GH4, so I thought, well, if it can hold that, so a quick Google, and it could. I thought, well, £35, I'll keep it, I'll play with it. So here it is. It's not the biggest gimbal. If you're looking at things like the Zion Crane or the Feotech A1 or A2000 and a couple of others, you know, it's not the biggest, but by far it's the ugliest gimbal ever. I mean, if you look at that handle, let me see if I can zoom in there. Look at that. Oh, it's a beast. It's an uncomfortable beast. It's got no round, comfy edges. That's like so uncomfortable. It's got this. There's a bit just here. If I put that there, you'll be just. Oh, I'll do it that way. This ridge that's here, it just digs right into your palm of your hand, so it makes it very uncomfortable. You can hear the clankiness of it, so you can tell it's a piece of metal. It's all metal. There's nothing else on it that's not metal, I don't think. Yeah, not the greatest. The handle contains the battery, which doesn't, you know, you have to unscrew. Shut up. You have to unscrew, where is it? These four screws on here to be able to take the battery out, and it's not a changeable battery. Possibly a changeable battery, but not a standard thing. You'd have to go to a hobby shop, and then you'd have to change the plug because it's not even like a standard LiPo plug or anything like that. You charge it through this, which again is awkward, and you've got this really nice big clunky power switch. I can't click it because it'll make it spaz up. This red light, no, it's not a red light, it's just a red button, doesn't even light up, is what controls it. So it changes the modes, so you have your full follow, so if you're turning, it'll turn. If you lean, it'll look, you know, it'll change the pitch and everything. I have this set up so that the roll is always flat, or as flat as can be. Press it twice and it just follows the yaw motion, so whatever mode, if you've got it there looking there, it will only follow that motion on the handle. And then the third option was to lock, so you press it 3 times and it will stay pointing in that mode no matter where you go and whatever you do. It took a lot of tuning to get those 3 modes right. You'd get one really good, and then the next one, for whatever reason, you'd have shake and vibrations would come in, so you're sort of tuning over and over and over again to get these things right. I've spent a good, I would say, close to 4 or 5 hours in total now over the last month just getting this tuned to try and make it work with the GH4. I wouldn't say I'm happy with the results, but million times better than when it came out of the box. It kind of works. It's just not practical. Battery life initially was only 20 minutes, which is awful. They, from Google results, claimed it was supposedly an hour to 2 hours. I'm only now, after like conditioning the battery a bit more, getting close to an hour. I would probably say I'm about 50 minutes now. But again, that's nothing, you know. You've got to run out. If you're going out somewhere, you don't want to be thinking, oh, I've only got 50 minutes worth of charge on this thing, and you have to get all your shots at the beginning or whatever, because then you've got no gimbal left. And it's like, it just, when you compare it to the Zion Crane and again with the Phaotechs that are lasting 6 hours plus, 12 hours in some cases, that's what you want. You don't want this. But I have to keep reminding myself, this is 2015. Not now. This was made in 2015. That was ahead of its time. Apparently this was like $600+ when it came out. You imagine paying $600 for that? No thanks. It can't hold a 5D, as I said earlier. It's too small. The motors are not strong enough for that, but it can hold the GH5. Other limitations with the GH5 is that when you mount it on the unit, if I point that to you, you can see which way. So the screen flips out that side. So there's no flip out screen because of the arm, so you can't see. So you're either having to do your shots slightly lower so you can peer over the top a little bit, or you're trying to peek through these tiny holes that are there just so you can try and see your shot. Now if you're on a kit lens and you're pulling autofocus, not pulling focus, but having autofocus, slightly less to worry about. But if you are someone that needs to pull focus or check focus, you just can't do it. You can't touch the camera when it's on this gimbal heavy. You can't sort of just go in and press a button. You kind of have to support it a little bit and gently press the button in the hope that you've pressed it hard enough for it to start recording, or whatever settings you need to change. Trying to change the ISO and scroll the dial up, you're pushing your luck a little bit. One little nudge and it will drop the gimbal's motors. The motors will give up and it'll either start shaking like a junkie, and you've basically got to power it down. Sometimes you're lucky and you can get it, sort of pull it back and it'll go, oh no, I'm okay. Other times it's like, I'm tapping out, I'm out, I can't do it, and at which point you've then got to put it down and start again. So I added, just as a test, one of these friction arms which goes into the hole. There's a hole on the back there, so you can just mount that in there. Using the Panasonic app, the Wi-Fi app, you can use your phone as a viewfinder, and you can change a few basic controls with it. So having that sat on the back of there with my phone in there gave me the chance to use it as a viewfinder, so you get something like that. And when you need to put it down, because it's just such a clunky thing, I bought one of these. It's just a little mini desk tripod kind of thing, but that can screw into the bottom. Oops, nearly got the dog. That can screw into the bottom there, and it fans out like that, and also goes small, so that way you can put it down when you need to, like so, and not worry about it again. So that's about it. I'm not keeping it. It's going on eBay.
In South Normanton it's 10 degrees Celsius with cloudy skies. Today you can expect clouds and showers with a high of 13 degrees and a low of 5 degrees.
Was that you? Because I never asked for that. I'm not keeping the gimbal. It's just not right for my needs. I don't know what my needs are, but it isn't going to involve that. So it will be going on eBay as soon as the Phaotech A2000 that I've ordered arrives. I'm by far looking forward to getting that, because that will suit just traveling, just using it will be a lot easier with that one. I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure, based on the reviews that I've watched, the A2000 will be better than the Nebula 4000 Lite. I don't think they made a 4000 heavy. So that's my rambling review. I don't really have any footage to show you because I've just not taken it out. I only took it out once when it had been snowing. The gimbal was cold. The metal was so cold it was ridiculous, and I don't think the sensors like being that cold because it just couldn't cope with a hill. It was kind of going, I don't know what to do, and it was just constantly shaking. I think it was shivering in sympathy for being out in the snow. would I say get one? They're pretty rare on eBay. I think even people realise you just can't sell these things. I've only seen like 5 in the last month appear. 1 sold last week on eBay in America for about £63 in pound. It was like $80 odd or something. So I'm not expecting big things for that. It only cost me £35. If I get that £35 back, sweet. My advice, if you really want something to muck about with, go for that. You could tinker all day long and make yourself happy. If you want something that's going to do the job, not that. So yeah, thanks for watching the rambling review of the Nebula 4000 Lite. I can't say you'd have enjoyed this because it's a lot of rambling, but thank you for watching nonetheless. Subscribe. There may be more random tat like this appearing on my channel. Or at least give me a like. Just a little like. Smash it. Please. Put a smile on my face. Hopefully some part of this video put a smile on your face. Enjoy the rest of your day, and maybe I'll see you again soon. Take care.